All right, in AutoCAD, we can really only use in layers. We can only use, when you go to create a layer, I'm going to come in here to the colors, we can only use these colors right here. And it's preferred that you use white if you have a black background, or if you have a white background to use black. And then maybe red and green. So if you can use those colors, or blue, it'll help you when we go to print this. So to simulate this, what I want to do is I want to identify what it is that is cutting and what is it that is going to be etched, such as this hatch pattern for the siding, to represent the siding. Once we go to do this, it will not recognize a hatch pattern, so we have to explode that hatch pattern. So that's going to be one of the very last things we do. So let's go ahead and do something like this, where you've got a lot of geometry and some hatch patterns. So we don't need any dimensions, so I'm going to go ahead and erase those dimensions and the text so it doesn't get confused. And then I'm just going to copy this into its own file. So I'm going to just start a new file, turn off my grids, and go ahead and paste this. One of the things that you want to check in your AutoCAD file is that you're using architectural units, and get that set. And then let's go ahead and explode these hatch patterns. So I'm just going to type X to explode them, and now they're individual lines. The other thing that I want to do is I'm going to simplify this geometry, and I'm going to pick the outside, which is what I want to cut, here and here, and I'm going to put that on a white layer. What I like to do is I like to create a layer that says cut and a layer that says engrave, but for this purposes, sheet size is fine. It just cannot be the 0 layer. So in this case, we're going to have nothing on the 0 layer, and we want to cut out that stuff that is on my white layer. I see what you did. You had openings, okay, and then you had siding. So do you want this to cut out, or do you want it to be etched for the window?
Probably etched.
Okay, so really we've got, I'm going to match that layer, so it's really simplified. So I've got those things that I want etched and those things that I want cut out only. This right here, I'm going to get rid of it as well. So I just have the geometry that I want to do. Once you've got that, you can come up here to the print or the plot, and under the printer name, this is where you want to select the PLS 6.75. That's the name of the scanner. It will tell you, hey, there's a certain paper size. We're going to accept it, and that's the size of the bed, 32 inches wide, 18 inches tall. And what we want to do is we don't want it to fit to paper. We want it to print 1-to-1 scale so that it maintains the scale that you've set up. And we don't want to have anything selected here in my plot options. When you go to the preview button, it should look something like this. Right now it's not recognizing that white layer, so I know something is wrong. So I would need to figure out what is wrong with that layer, why it's not recognizing that. So go ahead and push pause.